Even if you're doing a program that allows for zero down, zero closing costs, that does not equal zero money required. There's usually always money required up front, regardless of the loan structure.
So let's say you're going to put an offer in to buy a $100,000 house.
The seller you're buying from needs that $100,000 for their house, probably to go buy another home. So if you make them an offer of $100,000 and they accept, there's still some time and some contingencies involved so you can get the loan together and perform your due diligence on the house itself. So they need to make sure you'll show up with the $100,000, assuming all those contingencies in the contract are met. And when you offer to buy someone's home, there may be other people who also want to buy their house. So you would want to make them feel comfortable that you won't walk away, so they will actually pick your offer to be their buyer. To do so, you give them a little something to let them know you're serious. Something they can keep if you do walk away for reasons that aren't in the contract. That's called earnest money. Basically, it's similar to a rental deposit. If you're going to promise to give them $100,000 for their home in 30 days or so, you're giving them some of that up front. That amount could be anywhere from $500 to $5,000 to $50,000. But for this example, we'll say it's $500. If you walk away for reasons outside your contract agreement, they keep it. In addition to earnest money, another upfront cost you will likely have is a home inspection. A home inspection is something not involved or required in the loan process. However, it is strongly advised. A home inspection is an unbiased review of the structural integrity and overall condition of the home. It can prevent some major headaches for you down the road once you're moved in, or if you ever tried to sell that home. It can also prevent several minor ones. Either way, there's a cost up front. Another cost that is required as part of the loan process is a home appraisal. You'll be glad you had this done too, because it validates that you aren't paying too much for your home. It's also an indicator of how difficult it might be to sell your home if you ever decided to do so. In most contracts to purchase homes, there are clauses that allow you to terminate the contract if you find something you don't like in the inspection process, or if the house isn't appraising for as much as you offered. If this is the case and no negotiations with the seller to compensate for these shortcomings work out, you can probably get your earnest money back, but you usually can't get the cost of the inspection or the appraisal back. Also, if you're buying a condo, townhome, or any house that might be managed by an association, there may be additional charges required up front for the lender to examine how all those relate to your home. Depending on what type of loan program you do, attendance at a first-time homebuyer class might also be required, and those may have upfront or out-of-pocket fees to attend. And there are others. Fees to check your credit report, costs for somebody to go out and make sure that the house doesn't have termites, costs for somebody to inspect a septic tank if the house has one. If your closing costs and or down payment are being covered, you'll get however much back at closing that the seller can pay according to the loan program you're using, or that you negotiated for them to pay. All of this can be discussed and hashed out during the pre-approval process. The bottom line is, you will have some cost to buy a home regardless, and you should talk with your lender to understand those before you make an offer.